Breaking news. Nuclear talks have been extended until at least tomorrow morning, swirling around Iran and its ability to gain the power to make a nuclear weapon. Secretary John Kerry, Secretary of State, confirming he will be staying, and that the French foreign minister, who left along with half of the entire delegation, suddenly within the last hour turned around and returned to Lausanne, Switzerland. At stake in these talks, not just the obvious danger of Iran gaining nuclear arms, but also the stability of the entire Middle East. Joining me now, live from Jerusalem, former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Dore Gold. Welcome, Ambassador. And right off the bat, you heard the latest. Half the delegation left. John Kerry's staying. The French turned around and came back. How close are we from what you and the Israelis hear to a real deal?
Well, the real question is whether they're going to achieve the stated goals of this negotiation, which was to stop Iran from getting atomic weapons. We believe that unless you get Iran to significantly cut back its nuclear infrastructure, and if all you do is freeze them at where they are today, it'll be a short hop, skip, and a jump to get nuclear weapons. And the world will be much more dangerous if that's the case. So,
Ambassador, if I had to ask you the one thing the Israelis absolutely need to see in this deal, and of course you guys are not part of the negotiations here, what is it? What is the one thing, if you looked at it and said, okay, that's in there, we feel better about this?
Look, I'm not going to do the one thing because there's a list of at least 7 things, but I'll mention something that perhaps most Americans aren't aware of.
Okay.
And that is, for example, research and development. Is that included in this? If you, let's say they can have 6,000 centrifuges, and then they go off and they're allowed to do research and development, and they produce a centrifuge that moves 20 times faster than the current centrifuges. That means they can enrich significant amounts of uranium much more quickly, and their nuclear breakout, that is their race to get weapons-grade uranium, won't take 1 year, it won't take 8 months. It'll take 2 months.
2 months.
Right. And if that is not covered by the agreement, this is a very serious danger.
What else is serious is that the entire Middle East, it seems to be locked in horrible battles. You know, this particular agreement, what impact might it have on what people believe is an already shredded fabric of the Middle East? At the moment, Yemen, Iran-backed Houthi militants have just captured a military base. How serious is this?
Well, I think many people don't understand the significance of Yemen. It seems to many just sort of a distant desert land where you can film Lawrence of Arabia or something. But actually, Yemen is located next to a very significant naval choke point between the Arabian Peninsula and the Horn of Africa. Through that naval choke point, about 4 million barrels a day of oil go through. And if you take that with Iranian control of the Strait of Hormuz, you end up with a situation where Iran will control the spigot of at least a third of world oil flows, maritime flows, because through that strait, that oil goes up the Red Sea to the Suez Canal to basically fuel Europe.
Yeah.
So if the Iranians have that control in their hands, they can decide the price of oil is too low. They need more money, more income, create a crisis, shoot up the price of oil, and basically you'll pay for that at the gas pump.
Well, a little bit of that already happened today with West Texas Intermediate jumping about 5%. Ambassador Gold, we appreciate you coming on the air from Jerusalem. Thank you so much. We want you back. Please come again.
I appreciate it.